Hi everyone, welcome to Torah on Demand. I'm Rabbi Yael Ridberg. I come from a family of daughters, and I have daughters of my own who often push against the boundaries of life and make me consider their requests, even if I am skeptical, resistant, or unsure of them. Buried in the middle of this week's parasha of Pinchas is a story of 5 daughters and their request for claim of inheritance to the land of their father. The standard rule of ancient Israel was that when the head of a family died, the ancestral land was divided between his sons. As described in the text, Tzlofchad had no sons and therefore no male heirs to inherit their familial land. Women were not able to inherit property, and no woman had ever challenged this status quo until this week. Entered Tzlofchad's 5 daughters, Machla, Noah, Chogla, Milka, and Tirza, who came forward before Moses, Eleazar the priest, the chieftains, and the whole assembly at the tent of meeting with their claim. An unexpected and dramatic moment. It was worthy of every leader's attention and worthy of being argued before the place of holiness and authority. The sisters have a determined yet realistic sense of the political minefield in which they must make their claim. Their father died in the wilderness, but was not part of Korach's rebellion. They know that the law prevents them from inheritance, but they plead their father's name should not be lost just because he had no sons. Their motivation is clearly not one of personal gain, but to rectify an injustice in a system that seeks justice. Moses takes the case right to God, who responds without hesitation that the daughters were justified in their appeal. And even more importantly, a new and permanent law is established that secures inheritance for any daughter in a family with no sons. It is called a holding and an inheritance. Just like that, the law in the Torah has been changed. Contested based on fairness, God affirms the merit of the claim. And it is astonishing because Judaism often operates under the assumption that the law of the Torah is perfect and unchanging. God's commands are permanent and the laws are fixed. The idea that within the Torah itself there's a legal argument that is amended is remarkable. And that such a change was brought by women, even more so. The rabbis taught that the daughters of Tzlofchad were wise, they were interpreters of verses, and they were righteous. If the daughters had never asked the question, there was little doubt that such a landmark change to biblical law would have ever taken place. The Midrash even imagines that the daughters knew that divine mercy was granted to every living thing, and that divine love is eternal, and both transcend certain mutable forms of society. In a powerful teaching in Midrash Sifrei, the rabbis acknowledge that the claim of the daughters of Tzlofchad was well-founded, for this is exactly how it was written before me, God, on high, and happy is the person to whose word God acknowledges. These women apparently saw and understood what Moses could not even see, that God's real Torah could not have shut women out from receiving inheritance. They were citizens who brought a claim against the unfairness of the law, and God acknowledged that claim, both the essence of the Torah and the assertion of how to address the disenfranchisement of humanity. Like the ruling itself, this lesson is a holding and an inheritance for all who pursue justice. Shabbat Shalom. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.